Good morning from KMVT.
Good morning, Southern Idaho. I'm Jacob Dizon. Here's a look at your digital news update. We want to give you a heads up about some overnight closures happening on I-84 for the next few days. Starting last night through Saturday, the Idaho Transportation Department will shut down the eastbound lanes of the freeway between the Twin Falls and Kimberly exits from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. This is so crews can repair the Vineyard Bridge. About a year ago, it was damaged by a semi hauling construction equipment that was too tall and hit the underside of the bridge. Crews need to replace the girders and make other repairs. ITD says drivers should plan for delays as they are detoured around the closure.
Depending on weather and the amount of traffic that's on the road already, I would anticipate anywhere from a 10 to 15 minute delay.
Eastbound traffic will be detoured at the Twin Falls exit, and drivers can get back on I-84 at the Kimberly on-ramp. Workers plan to finish replacing the girders by this Saturday. ITD says additional repairs to the bridge will be done at a later date. Early voting for next month's election is now underway across Idaho. If you want to cast your ballot before Election Day, you have until next Friday, October 31st. In Twin Falls County, you can do it weekdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Before you vote, remember to check that your registration is up to date. You'll also be required to provide ID. For a look at a sample ballot, you can go to voteidaho.gov. Election Day is Tuesday, November 4th. A second teenager is being sentenced for the murder of a Jerome man. Gooding County Judge Rosemary Emery sentenced Roland Dela Cruz to a minimum of 23 years in prison for the murder of Dax Richins in June 2024. Judge Emery says Dela Cruz murdered Richins alongside Alexander Garcia, who was sentenced to 25 years in prison earlier this month. During the hearing, Dela Cruz stood and read a written statement to the Richins family in attendance.
Every night I relive that night when Xander and I killed Dax, and every night I'm not able to go to sleep because of it. I know what I did was wrong, and not only wrong, but a little psychotic. And that's, I know in your head you're thinking, good, let him suffer. And I agree with you, let me suffer.
During the hearing, Judge Emery also declined a blended sentence in which Dela Cruz would have been held at a juvenile correction facility until he was 21. Dela Cruz will now begin his term at the Idaho Department of Correction facility. One of the men facing charges following a deadly shooting in Kimberly appeared in court yesterday. Daniel Wise pleaded not guilty to charges of voluntary manslaughter, unlawful possession of a firearm, and destruction or concealment of evidence. The shooting happened in June at the Friendly Village mobile home park in Kimberly. Investigators say a fight led to the shooting that killed Chris De Quintana-Roo. Police arrested Wise and Andrew Snyder-Thorstad following the shooting. Wise is due back in court in February for a pre-trial hearing, with his trial set to begin on March 10th. It's that time of year again. Ghosts and goblins are taking over the hallways of the Idaho School for the Deaf and Blind. For the second year, the school is opening its doors to the Gooding community with a haunted house. What makes this spook alley so special is that it is designed and built by the school student body, who are either deaf, blind, or low vision. It's a great opportunity for the school to showcase their students' talents as well as build confidence.
Society a lot of times is so busy telling us what is not possible. It's easy to remember that and to believe it. But this is something that we're able to do with our kids, where they see, look what I did. I didn't know that I could do this, but I figured it out.
The Raptor Manor Haunted House will be at the Idaho School for the Deaf and Blind in Gooding and takes place from October 23rd to the 25th, then reopens October 30th to November 1st. Hours will run from 5 to 10 p.m. You can purchase tickets online at hauntpay.com or at the door. Now let's check in with Heather Ann Wagner for a look at your weather.
Well, we are off to another chilly start today, but soon we will see those temperatures climb even more than yesterday, mostly in the 40s and 50s for the Wood River Valley. Now, the good news is it's going to be a lot more pleasant than what we saw yesterday, with very minimal wind out there today. For the northern Magic Valley, mostly in the 60s today, lots of sunshine. It really is going to be one of the nicer days we see this week. For Twin Falls County, mostly in the 50s and 60s today. Again, that wind will be very minimal, so it will be a nice day to get outside. For the Minnecaja region, mostly in the 50s and 60s. Now we are going to gradually climb with another system moving through tomorrow, bringing us some cloud cover to the area, but not much else. Temperatures rise on Friday before falling with our next system over the weekend.
That was a look at your digital news update. We'll be back with more local news today at noon. Until then, you can also send us story ideas by sending an email to news@kmvt.com.